So I live close to the biggest mall in the city, and I decided to go grocery shopping the day after Christmas, and it is bumper to bumper traffic. So I figured what I would do is, while I'm sitting in traffic, I figured I would do a question with you guys and just kind of bullshit. I'm almost to Whole Foods. So the question today comes from Derek Pang. Derek is a friend of mine that I met in Costa Rica last year. It's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, surfing, and Jiu-Jitsu retreat. And he took us through some yoga, movements. And, it's something where when he was teaching, it's something I could tell he's incredibly passionate about yoga. So his question that he sent me was about teaching, because what's happening right now is he's teaching yoga full-time, and he's trying to find the balance between teaching and training other people, because he really wants to train other people. He's really passionate about it, right? But at the same time, he's starting to get really run down, and he's kind of not sure how to balance the two. And I'm doing this video, and I'm posting it up on my channel because I know many jiu-jitsu instructors, including myself, that are either there or found themselves there in the past. For me in 2010, when I started training jiu-jitsu and teaching full-time, I went from doing a regular day job to all of a sudden I'm doing something I'm passionate about, right? Like something that to me is just fun. There's no greater feeling to me personally. And again, maybe I'm just a bit of a simpleton, but being on the mats with my guys and just being in the thick of it. And the thing I struggled with as far as sort of dialing it back, because at one point I found myself teaching and training and doing some sort of physical jiu-jitsu work almost 6 to 8 hours a day, and I was getting some injuries and things like that. The biggest part that I struggled with was taking that step back, because I felt guilty almost. Like I felt like I was supposed to be there, that if I wasn't there, that there was a problem. And then I kind of sort of sat down and thought about it in this way. I was becoming injured, so I wasn't able to be as consistent on the mat with them, and sometimes I was really lethargic, sometimes even grumpy, and just not myself, because I'm kind of an outwardly sort of excited person, and that excitement was not there. And so all these things, I just wasn't really serving them the best that I could when I was in that state, where I was in that worn down, state, physically and mentally. So the way that I thought about it was I will serve my students better if I do what I need to do. Sometimes I need to take a break, right? Some days I need to either take off. Sometimes I just take a break. That's just how it's going to be, right? Sometimes I won't roll. Sometimes I will teach and I will coach from the outside and help people move around, but I won't roll. And what this does is this allows me to let my body recoup, let my body recover, so that when I do roll, when I do coach, I'm rested up and I can serve my students in a more meaningful way, instead of just kind of going through the motions because I feel like I'm supposed to be there. Even though I'm excited about being there, I'm just not as enthusiastic. I can't take that excitement that I have for jiu-jitsu and transfer it effectively to the people around me if I'm like moving around like that, right? Moving around like a slug. And Derek, I imagine you're probably in the same boat that I was, where it may not be guilt, but you have some feeling, right? Because you're so passionate about it and you want to teach everybody that you need to be there, right? Or that you want to be there so bad, something like that. And what I would say for you to do is, I know you know how to rest. I know you know how to do this stuff. Sometimes it's hard for us as instructors to take our own advice, right? But you need to dial it back a little bit. One, work on how to verbally get people to do the things that they need to do, and then also physical cues are really helpful. If you need to sort of get someone's hips to move or something like that, you can actually grab them and twist them just into the right position, and that helps them. But be able to do that stuff, verbal and physical cues. This way, sometimes you can take a step back, right? You can take it a little bit easy, and this way you can let your body recover. And this way you can serve the people, consistently and in a meaningful way, rather than getting yourself beat down and then you can't be there, which obviously that breaks the consistency. And likewise, if you are getting so run down, no matter how passionate about it you are, that's going to, mess up your energy, right? And you want to be able to serve those people when they come in a very energetic and positive and uplifting way. And you can't do that if you're running yourself into the ground with just too much activity. So Derek, that's my answer, brother. I hope that helps you. Again, I've definitely been there before, and I know it's a tough thing to do, because again, if you're like I am, we're both passionate about what we do, and it's exciting and it's fun and we love it. But at the same time, we have to make sure that we treat our bodies, accordingly, and make sure that we give them time when they need the rest.